Stephen Cudeno, KO Art of Sports, right here with two-time Hall of Famer now, I feel like. I don't know, maybe I'm missing one, but three-time. See? Yeah. But, man, Hall of Famer this year, man, Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. You're getting the love from the fans. I see you getting the love from the fans, man. Just what's it feel like to see the appreciation of all your hard work over all those years?
You know, just thinking back in my career, man, and you know, dealing with the critics, this is where the critics really matter, because the critics are the ones that have put you in the Hall of Fame. So as much as fighters hate critics, you're not supposed to pay attention to them. I get it during your career, but when it really matters, it's afterwards. Because those critics are the same ones going to be voting you in that Hall of Fame, and what you've done throughout your career and what you've shown. Not on a personal level with them, you know. Like some fighters don't take interviews with certain guys. I think that's a mistake. I think you should take an interview, especially with your hater, you know, because it's only going to grow your celebrity. So I would say, you know, I'm honored to be a part of this, as always. Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, just another chapter, another notch in my book, man. You know, from all the hard work and dedication I put in over the years. So
incredible accomplishments, sir. You know, you gave the fans a lot of great fights. I remember, just speaking of what you just said about the critics, I remember you telling me after you and Ryan had kind of gone back and forth, and I asked you if you were kind of one of those guys that paid attention, and you were like, I sure was. You know, like Dan Rafael told you to turn over on the punches, you started doing it, and like you said, here's the payoff of all that hard work.
Yeah, fighters, the reason why the fighters we get upset is because we sacrifice so much. We not like every other sport. You know, we have to be as perfect as we possibly can every time we step foot in that ring, because you're only as good as your last fight. We can't. It's not like basketball or football where today you can look good, tomorrow it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It don't matter. All right, we're gonna lose to this. We're gonna lose this week, but you know, Saturday we're gonna win. You know, it's not like that in boxing. So, you know, that's the reason why fighters, they get upset. You know, we put blood, sweat, and tears in the game. We take punches for a living. We put ourselves at risk. And when we don't get the respect that we feel to be deserved because we've been so disciplined over the years, that's why we get hurt by it. But with saying that, at the same time, the people, the fans, all the critics, the ones that's watching, they the one that's actually growing your celebrity. You know, they're the ones talking about you. The fans out there, whether they fans or not boxing fans, those are the ones that they throwing your name around, whether it's negative or positive. And see, now I'm a critic myself. I'm on the other side, and critics get criticized too. And you know, I'm always under the storm. I don't know if you guys read my thread or whatever. People are always attacking me, but at the same time, I love it. I love it because they paying attention. Right, wrong, or indifferent, they paying attention. You know, there's a lot of guys out there that don't even get attention and they ain't cover boxing, get no attention. So at least people are aware that I'm here, and I'm here to stay for a long time.
Yes, sir. Hall of Fame, obviously. Speaking, you know, you mentioned some guys maybe don't look dominant or don't look great, and all of a sudden, you know, it's all downhill. I wouldn't say all that about Terence Crawford's performance, but he did have a close fight, right, at a new weight class, adjusted himself his weight, you know, won the fight, you know, a very difficult fight, a fight that, you know, against Israel Madrimov, who is more difficult than people know. Just what was your assessment of Terence's performance?
He's great. He's great. Crawford's my friend, but you know I'm honest with it. You know, I was the one that criticized that the fight wasn't selling, wasn't doing too hot. Like, it's a fact. It wasn't the fact I was throwing shade on Crawford. That's just what it is. I was asked a question about, is he the next Sugar Ray Leonard? No, he's not. But he's a tremendous fighter. He's a phenomenal fighter, man. And you know, if you really pay attention, man, the guy doesn't get enough credit. You know, a lot of people always talk about his resume and what he hasn't done. My boy, he's had his opportunities and he seized the moment. This was another opportunity for him, and he passed with flying colors. Fight or not, close or not, he won the fight. You know, almost don't count. I tell people, I almost don't count. He almost lost to, you know, Madrimov Oh, he got touched up. Wait, isn't this boxing? Don't you want to see two guys get hit? He got hit. You complain about a fighter not getting hit in the Shakur Stevenson. Well, Crawford got hit, and he took Bajamal's best shot. So, like, what do we want, people? Like, come on. Like, what do we want? You want him to be perfect? You want him to not get hit? Like, yo, he took some shots. Yes. A guy that was extremely talented, as you can see. However, I still thought he did a fantastic job. I thought that being out of the ring for a very long time, for over a year, being almost 37 years old, he'll be 37 in September. Dude, going up his fourth weight division, didn't Floyd Mayweather struggle against Castillo when he went up from 130 to 135 in his first fight up? Didn't he struggle? Yeah. He still got the dub twice, right? Twice. You know, I mean, there's a lot of examples of out there where guys go up in weight and it becomes a little bit more difficult because they're pushing their limits. That's part of being pound for pound. So Crawford's a natural 135 pounder. This guy is a natural middleweight, but he didn't behave like a natural middleweight. He didn't behave like he usually behaved in previous fights, where he was more dominant, more in control. So what does that say about Crawford? How good and how schooled and how well trained he is, his skill level. Crawford's a bad mama jama. I don't care how you look at it. So we can sit here and we can say that he can't beat Canelo. We can sit here and say that he can't beat Boots.
Do you have that same opinion about Crawford and Canelo that you did before?
I think it's an extremely tough fight, but I still think that Crawford can get it done. Out of any other fighter in the game besides a guy like Bivol, I think Crawford's the only guy that can give Canelo problems. You know, still, even after seeing the Madrimal fight. But, you know, the weight definitely concerns me. Taking a punch from a bigger puncher like that, especially Canelo, who will land, you know, it has you second guessing yourself because all it takes is one. However, someone as serious as Crawford, someone that is dedicated, someone with the skill set he has, the mentality that he brings in the ring, and the tenacity, bro, I give him a damn good chance of upsetting the apple cart because he won't be the favorite in the fight. Canelo would be. So
that fight's getting a lot of kind of like press right now, right? Because Turkish kind of accused Canelo of taking easy fights after Bivol.
He is. No doubt about it. There's no doubt. Like, if you look at the last guys, he's fake. I mean, look, Munguia, young guy on the way up, not proven. Canelo did his thing. He did his thing against him. We expected that. But Munguia is not an easy challenge. He's a decent challenge. But Canelo made it look easy. You know? There's a guy like Boots Ennis, right? Good, talented fighter. You know? He poses a threat to Crawford, but if Crawford fights him, I still think that Crawford beats him. He might even knock his ass out. And that's just coming from me. I mean, look, I can be wrong. However, I still think Crawford, he has the goods to do what he needs to do to win that fight. But going back to your question, man, I think us fans, critics included, it's like if something else happened, if Crawford made it look easy, then we'll be saying something else. So, you know, we play both sides, you know, and that's just it. You know, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Yeah, it was a little bit more challenging. However, Crawford, to me, dominated because he did what he wanted to do. And we didn't get the same fight that I was expecting. I was expecting Madrimal to be more aggressive. He's the bigger, stronger guy, the more the bully. But he was tamed because he had to be because of Crawford, how good he is.
Did you happen to message Crawford or anything? Just kind of congratulations, or I don't know how like close you guys are from the sparring and all that from back in the day.
Look, Crawford pays attention, man. He pays attention. He hears the noise. You know, I have a job to do. You know, and I have a job to do it at you know, and tell my truth and what I see. Crawford knows I got nothing but love for him. You know, so
if I one of those guys.
Look, if I say something that offends him, Crawford's the type of dude that'll call me. That's how he is, straight up. He's not gonna run back and forth on social media. I'm not one of those guys that run on social media either, man. I'm a man about mine. I say what I say and I mean what I say, you know. But if I'm wrong, and I have been wrong, you know, I will admit it. I was wrong. I don't have a problem with that. I'm a man enough to say that I make mistakes too. So, but he will call me. So, you know, but I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you, man. I thought that he looked great. I knew that he was in there with a tough guy that didn't fight the way he usually fights, and Crawford had to figure it out, and he did. That last round, those last 2 rounds, is exactly what he needed to do from the start. Jump on him, throw those combinations, because dude didn't have anything for him when he threw those combinations. What did he do? Tuck up and hide, didn't he? He didn't throw many shots, you know, and he stayed patient because he was afraid what was going to come back at him. But people don't understand boxing. They think that the dude got to Crawford, oh, he landed right hands. He wasn't consistent with anything. Few occasional right hands, okay. All right, that's cute, but what? A left hand here and there, but that was it. It wasn't much of anything after that. And these guys are fighting literally like 30 to 40 seconds of each round. There's a lot of posturing from both guys. And in that posturing, a lot of feigning and a lot of jabs coming from Crawford. So he controlled every aspect of the fight, in my opinion. And he turned the bully into, I don't want to say a coward, but he made him less of himself.
Still pound for pound number 1 in your book?
You know what? I got Usyk number 1. And it's just only fair from my assessment. What Usyk was able to do, I mean, that mark right there is I mean, if Crawford becomes undisputed at 154, then he's going to be in the number 1 spot for sure. But to me, Crawford is the best fighter in the world, skill-wise. It's crazy because I was sitting here, right? I'm looking at this amateur boxing. I'm here at this event. And you want to know how big, regardless of how big Crawford, we say Crawford isn't, or this or that crossover star or whatever. Dude, he has changed the game of boxing. Bro, he has a generation that is coming up that want to be him. That's different. It's getting away from that Floyd Mayweather era. It's the Bud Crawford era, dude. I've seen every fighter in there knows how to switch it. Every single fighter I'm watching, I'm looking at these guys and I'm saying, he's turning southpaw. He's turning orthodox. He's turning south. Like, yo, like what? Like, wow. That's Crawford's influence. Yes. So the next generation coming up, that's what you should expect. Everybody can fight from both sides. That's where it's going. And so, that enough? If that ain't enough for him, that's enough for me to see his worth in the sport. It's bigger than just money. It's bigger than just viewership. He's changed the game from that aspect.
This is one of a Hall of Famer already, right? And his career continues.
Of course.
Just like yourself, you guys will be here today. Maybe you'll come to his induction, you know, one day. But Tim, man, thank you so much for the time. Hall of Famer. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you.